What's up, y'all? I'm Sade, and I just wanted to do a brief video on eclipses since we are at the heart of eclipse season. Basically, all of November and December will be a lot of shifting and changing in the signs of Taurus, Scorpio, and Sagittarius and Gemini. So in short, what are eclipses? Eclipses are basically new and full moons, but more potent than a regular new and full moon. So think of the amount of energy that you feel around a new moon, the amount of emotions that come up during a full moon, and an eclipse doubles and triples that energy. And what makes a new moon and a full moon an eclipse is the aspect that it has to the collective north and south node. So I'm gonna explain that so it's not too crazy. Everyone has a north and south node in their chart. Your north and south node are basically your destiny path, karmic destiny path of your life. And the north node is where you're heading. The south node is where you've been. And it's the qualities that you can use that you've learned already to help you move towards that north node. So the north and south node are always in opposite signs. So for example, we are currently in the season of Scorpio. So if the north node is in Scorpio, then the south node is in Taurus, because Taurus is the opposite sign of Scorpio. So that is what makes an eclipse, when it's aspecting the collective north and south node. So on top of you personally having your own north and south node, the collective as a whole has a north and south node for about a year and a half. That's how long north and south node signs usually last for. They are always retrograding. So you might find in 1 year, the north node can be in Taurus, right? And then in that same year, it will retrograde into Aries and then come back into Taurus. But in any case, north and south node is what makes an eclipse an eclipse. So we have two types of eclipses. You have a solar eclipse and you have a lunar eclipse. A solar eclipse is where the sun and the moon are in the same sign. So if the sun is in Scorpio and the moon is in Scorpio, and the collective north node is in Scorpio, then we're gonna have a solar eclipse. If the sun is in Scorpio and the moon is in Taurus, we're gonna have a lunar eclipse because the sun and the moon are in opposite signs. So basically, full moon, new moon, aspecting the collective north node. Now, what makes November and December eclipse seasons? Because the collective north node right now is in the sign of Gemini, and the collective south node is in the sign of Sagittarius. So if you are a person that is a Gemini rising, Sagittarius rising, or even a Sag or a Gemini sun or moon, you really want to see where this north and south node is aspecting your chart. Feel free to always ask me as well. I can help guide you through that. Now, this is the final month. December is going to be the final month of the north node being in the sign of Gemini before we transition into the north node being in the sign of Taurus and the south node being in Scorpio. And the reason why I make that face is because dealing with Sag and Gemini energy, it's very mutable, very willing to change, very willing to adapt to new ideas and new philosophy about your life. As we move into the north node and south node moving into Taurus and Scorpio, it is fixed. It is about who you are. You either surrender or die. You stand for nothing. You fall for anything. Very powerful energy. So lots of shifts and changes in these last 2 months. Now, the reason why a lot of people like to work with eclipse energy, because eclipses are cosmic, karmic moments in our life where a lot of sudden changes happen. And I like to say sudden instead of random because nothing in life is really random. It's sudden in the sense of you might have had an idea or a vision for yourself at the beginning of the collective north and south node, right? So for example, last year, in the beginning of 2020 is when the north node officially went into the sign of Gemini. And there might have been ideas or beliefs that you might have had at the beginning of last year. Right? Now that we're coming to that final eclipse at the end of 2021, your perspective on life could completely be different. It's sudden changes, sudden happenings, things that are magical, but they place you on your path. And they feel kind of like the rug is being pulled and you're being shifted and changed, but it's really placing you on the path that you've always kind of wanted for yourself. But this eclipse is an opportunity for something out of the blue to happen that you either choose to resist, which wouldn't be in your best favor, or you accept it and you allow your karmic destiny to unfold. So when you're dealing with eclipse energy, in my personal opinion, it's not fact, it's not law, but it's not really a time to manifest. It's a time to take a step back and see what the universe is bringing on your table. See what God is revealing to you, right? With open hearts, open eyes, and with a solid foundation. Because like I said, eclipses are new and full moons with 2 to 3 times the force than a regular new and full moon. So you really want to be present during eclipse season. Don't worry about manifesting too much, right? Because you've been manifesting for this entire year and a half that we've had the energy in the north node of Gemini, south node of Sagittarius. Really take a step back. See where you have Gemini and Sagittarius in your chart. See where you have Taurus and Scorpio in your chart. And that is where this eclipse is going to aspect. For me, I have Taurus in my first house, so I already know the next year is about to be crazy. And I currently have Gemini and Sagittarius in my second house of finances and my 8th house of assets from other people. Now, one thing I want to say about Gemini and Sagittarius eclipse energy is Gemini brings us the opportunity to gather new information and learn what someone else is telling you, learn information from books, from people, from movies, learning information. And I can honestly say we have all learned a lot of information from the beginning of 2020 until now. Now, with this eclipse happening, it's really asking you, because the opposite of Gemini is Sagittarius, and it's really asking you, what is your philosophy, right? You've learned all this information. Have you applied it? And if you have applied it, what wisdom have you gained from that information? And that is what Sagittarius energy is asking you as we transition into Sagittarius season. What is your life's philosophy? What does all that information even mean? It's not enough to know information. It's better to have wisdom from your experiences. And most importantly, what I love about Gemini and Sag energy is these two signs are mutable, and it's asking us and allowing us an opportunity to change our mind, right? We're not in fixed Taurus and Scorpio yet, right? Even though the energy of this month is going to reveal itself and be relevant once we officially go into Taurus and Scorpio, but use this final month of December in Sag and Gemini oppositions and new moons to really allow yourself to change your life's philosophy. If things don't apply that applied in the beginning of 2020, do not go into 2022 thinking you have to be that same person. You have to have those same beliefs. You have to believe in this and that information. Come up with your own life's philosophy, because when we go into Scorpio and Taurus, if you are not grounded, Taurus is an earth sign, one of the most stable, fixed. If you are not grounded in who you are going to fall for anything that happens around you, and you will not be able to tap into personal power. So use this final eclipse to just take a step back, observe whatever sudden changes happen, ask for clarity, and from there, move on your path with your destiny. So that's all I have with eclipses. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I hope everyone just has a grounded final remainder of the year. Peace, y'all.